Slayer returns.
This witch is casting horrible and disfiguring spells so that she can become a cheerleader.
You warned me that something was coming.
If she finds out I've been here, she'll kill me.
We don't have a minute.
Oh, God. How much time do we have?
The Slayer returns in an all-new Buffy the Vampire Slayer next week.
Hey guys, welcome to another watch along on Balloon Hit Productions. I'm your host as usual. My name is Marcelo Inostroza, and if you've been here for these watch alongs that I've been doing recently on the channel, you may notice something different. Usually, I start off these watch alongs with a trailer for the thing that I'm about to watch along with you, or we're about to watch along together if you choose to join me. But today, you're just hearing the silky smooth sounds of my voice. And the reason for that is just because I'm having a bad hair day. So I kind of just don't want to be on camera. And honestly, these introductions are just to let you know what we're watching. And then I switch to audio anyway. So you guys can watch along with me at home if you'd like. So today, I will be continuing my Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 1 rewatch with episode 3 entitled Witch. Now, if you've been here before, you know that I'm doing this on Hulu in the US, but you are welcome to join with me at home if you want with your own copy. So, the way that we do this here is I'm going to switch over to Hulu in just a few seconds, and then I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, that's when you play. And then I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, that's when you press play on your own copy of the episode. So we would be essentially synced up. All right, guys. So here we go. I'm going to switch over now. All right, guys. So in 3, 2, 1, play. Again, with this sort of vignette about what Buffy the Vampire Slayer is about. I like it. This is absolutely great by Giles. Just wait for it, guys. The cult of cheerleaders, guys. The cult of cheerleaders. And this, I think, is a reference to the Buffy the Vampire Slayer film, because before she became the Slayer in that movie, and before she took on the responsibility, of course, she was a popular girl at school, and she was a cheerleader. Just a normal life, something normal, something safe. I don't think so. Cue creepy basement full of witchcraft bullshit. I love, the set design of this basement, by the way. Very, very hocus pocus there with, the bubbling pot of witchy goodness. He wasn't so old, he's not so old. I love this I love this move by Xander because at this point Xander and Buffy or Xander more to be more exact, is still crushing on Buffy. So they haven't really figured out their friendship dynamics yet. And they shouldn't have because it's episode 3. It's not like it's season 5 already. Oh, how I hate this with the counterweights. Of course, this is the writer of the episode setting up the plot and setting up how obsessed Amy is with cheerleading, and as the episode goes on, we're gonna find out where that comes from, and we're gonna sort of meet the big bad of this episode. Look at Xander, he's, like, mesmerized. You might need a couple nights in a burn unit, but other than that, you're gonna be okay. And of course, the classic intro here. Never get sick of this, guys. Do you love it? If you're watching along in the comments down below, tell me what you love about it. Also, if you're watching this on the replay and you leave a comment in the live chat, I will respond to it later after the stream has long since ended. As you guys know, I don't I don't respond to comments right when the live stream is going because that's a little bit too much for my brain, so I can't focus. But if I ever get any comments from anybody, I will respond to them in a timely manner after the stream. you know, I'm with Giles in a situation like this. You have to find the glass half full. That's something Willow can do. And run away. Now there's a thought. Mm. Are you guys now? Mm. Are you guys upset that Joyce really didn't get much of a character arc in the series, other than a couple random boyfriends and the fact that she worked at an art gallery, but, if memory serves, we never actually saw her work at the art gallery, right? Then again, the show is called Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's not called Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Joyce, but I'm just throwing a question out there into the ether for you guys to answer and ponder about if you're watching the stream. I love this. She's got the crowbar and buff, pop, all done. She sounded like Mary Poppins there. No, 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 not yet, not yet. Also, I love this scene because Buffy is casually trying to connect with her mom and trying to sort of, sort of ask her mom for cheerleading lessons, um, which is nice, but, Joyce has her own thing to do, but it was a nice attempt by Buff there. Also, Cordy slash Charisma Carpenter used to be a Lakers girl, so this episode, to say the least, is uniquely suited for her talents. Also, the reveal in the 3rd act of this episode is great because you really think that Amber here is just a really big fan of her parents and just really loves her family, but that's not the case. Of course, this episode addresses, teenagers trying to live up to their parents' legacies and the pressure that a teenager can feel because of that. So I like that as well, on top of the witchy storyline of the week, AKA the big bad of the week, that we haven't met yet. I love brownies. Does anybody else, listening love brownies? Does anybody ever realize when somebody says, "Oh, nothing, nothing will happen," and then inevitably, a little time later, something happens, like something is about to happen right here? Guys, you gotta love Cordy. You have to love Cordy. A friend of mine makes me is making me come around with her character in season 1, and, Charisma Carpenter plays the bitchy alpha cheerleader in season 1 so well, and her character is just a stuck-up rich bitch in season 1 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then after she kinda gets indoctrinated by the Scoobies after things that go down, she becomes better, but what I'm trying to say here is I'm actually liking her bitchiness this time around in my rewatch of the show, when in previous rewatches, I found her to be quite annoying, and I was sort of gravitated towards what Joss did with her character in Angel. It's like Roger Ramjet there, isn't he? Also, this is a big indicator that, this girl, Amy, is obsessed with living up to the expectations of her parents, but that idea is gonna be flipped on its head right about now, maybe? Is it now, or is it in a couple scenes? No, I guys, I think it's actually in a scene or 2 if I'm if I'm correct or not. That is not creepy at all. Digit hair? What's digit hair? I'm not a child of the '80s, so if anybody is watching this and, you were lucky enough to live through the '80s or you're a savant of '80s culture, can you just tell me what digit hair is? Because I don't get it. See, I also love how the juxtaposition between Buffy and Amy in this episode. Buffy is someone who's independent, who wants to be her own young teenager, and Amy is an individual that wants to live up to the expectations of her parents. So I really, really love that juxtaposition in this episode by the writer. It's so well done. Also, when I was a kid in high school, I used to chop on my, pen caps as well, so this is really bringing back memories with Willow here. Also, it probably has to do with Willow having an oral fixation and, I having oral fixation I having an oral fixation in high school as well. Keep trying, kid. You'll get there. You'll get there. You'll ask her. Do they even have driver's ed in school anymore, guys? They they did when I was in middle school and in high school, but I don't know if they still have that in school. If anybody's watching this who's in high school now, um, let me know, or in middle school. Hello. In fact, the one time that I drive the car, I've only done it once in my life, and, uh, I will just say that bad stuff almost happened, but I'm kinda glad that it didn't. Oh, she is so lucky. And here is, I believe, the second time that Buffy saves Cordy. Ghosts and goblins, oh my, oh my, oh my. Lions, tigers, no, actually it's, vampires, vampires, goblins, and ghouls, oh my. Yes. Also, she is yeah. Also, I really love Buffy reinforcing the moral tale, the moral lesson of this episode. Sometimes for adults, their glory days or they peaked in high school, so I'll just shut up and let Buffy do it and Buffy say it. It's exactly what you think. Mm. Also, did anybody in high school dissect frogs in science class? Because that, you know, that must have been fucking rad to do. Buffy with the switcheroo there. She should have bumped into her actually to make it more natural. Oh my god, look at the girl with the Matrix face. Of course, I believe that Buffy did it first and the Matrix made it popular. And here comes the turn of the episode and the big reveal. I called it a little too early, guys, way early. Also, the score in this episode is really, really good. How do you guys question, how do you guys feel about the score of Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Because I do know Buffy fans who actually really, really enjoy the score, and I do know other people like myself that enjoy the music that the Buffy had over the 7 seasons, being the songs that correlate to specific episodes. I tend to gravitate towards the songs that are percolated throughout the series, throughout the 7 years, but what do you guys think? And of course, here's happy drunk Buffy, or happy feverish Buffy because she's got a spell on her. Spoilers. But as I often say in these watch-alongs, if you're watching along with me, I assume that you've already seen Buffy the Slayer from start to finish, so also, I love what you just did there because she is, like, feverishly, wackadoodle because she's under the effects of a spell. She almost revealed her secret birthright to her mother. Ow. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh, she's so poppy and so dolorously fucking high. She's on medication. Also, this is really, really heartbreaking because Oh my god. That's exactly what Xander tried to do. Also, I love that in this scene right here, um, the writer of this episode laid a hat on the ground previously, and he pays it off here. I use the term "hat on the ground," but what that essentially is in writing terms is when you set something up and then you pay it off in a later scene. And the thing that the writer set up is that Amy, when she was younger, as a way to relax and to get away from the pressures and as a way to get away from the pressures that her mother put against her, she loved watching TV and eating brownies. And also what, uh, the mother says here indicates that she's probably operating with a little younger brain. Also, this must be really fun for the older actress to play a teenager. It must have been really, really fun to do that. Yeah, it will. Also, if this existed, it must be really, really if this was actually possible, I mean, just imagine you wake up you fall asleep in one bed and you wake up in another one, and yet if that's not terrifying enough, you wake up in another individual's you wake up in another individual's body. That has to be fucking terrifying, guys. That just has to be so terrifying. Fucking cat. Sorry, guys, I'm not a cat person. I'm not a dog person either. This was a gem in the '90s. Comment below if you like this song that they're playing over the pregame warm-up for the basketball game here. I love how disinterested Xander and Willow are. Of course, they're not there to watch the game. They're there to watch over Amy and make sure that she doesn't do anything witchy. Also, I really, really love, the 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 witchy gobbledygook that is in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think I like it more than I think I love it even more than technobabble in Star Trek. Also, I love the intercutting here between Amy and Buffy and Giles in the science lab. It's great intercutting to indicate that Amy or slash Amy's mother is feeling the effects of getting the the spell that she cast reversed. And now she understands what's happening and she's gonna run off. Oof. That's gonna leave a mark. I love this. Incantation. Bitchy psychotic witch with axe for the win. Yes! Hurry up. Oof. Best line of the episode and possibly the season. Well, that's not true, but best line of the episode for sure. Come on, it's just fucking great. Ah, I hope the Slayers have, like, health insurance. Is that a thing? Slayer health insurance? You know, for the longest time in the intro, I thought that was Willow, but it's not Willow, it's the witch woman. But for years, I thought that was Willow. Of course, Giles misses out on all the fun after he gets knocked out. Classic. Also, this scene hits so much harder if you grew up with Buffy and you're still watching Buffy at my age, because although you identify with Buffy, of course you do, but as you get older, you identify with Joyce in this conversation, which is really, really funny and ironic because you enjoy the scene from a whole different angle the older you get. And it's just a really quick scene. I didn't mean to be quixotic there, but I thought that was a nice thing to point out. It would have been nice to see Amy again, but I don't think we ever see her again. Anybody who's watching this in the comments, if I get any, let me know if we see Amy again in this season or in any other subsequent Buffy seasons, because I don't know. This is a terrifying thought, or a terrifying visual, I should say, not terrifying thought. That's the terrifying part. All right, guys, so that'll do it for my watch along of Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 1, episode 3, uh, entitled Witch. Thank you so much for sitting here and watching this episode of Buffy with me. Again, I'm sorry for not being on camera for the start of the show, but as I said before, if you're still here, I had a bad hair day, so it was going to be this or nothing, guys. So if you like these watch alongs, I will try my best to be consistent with them. In When I say be consistent with them, I'm talking about releasing a new Buffy watch along every Wednesday, along with I'm sorry. I mean, in reference to being consistent with them, releasing a new Buffy watch along every Friday, and subsequently releasing a new Dawson's Creek watch along every Wednesday. So if you're enjoying those, thank you very much. If you like this video, or if you have anything to say about it, whether you liked it or not, leave a comment down below. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk back soon. Or as always, as I say often, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you when I see you.
So much happened here, and so much is about to.